We're getting this next gentleman at the very beginning of his career.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're hoping for big things. We've actually, some of us have seen a little bit of his work so far, and we'll explain in just a moment. But he's in the new movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. It'll be in theaters July 7th. We can't wait until this movie opens.
We have a screening next Wednesday,
Yeah.
We'll do some movie passes. This is Jacob Batalon.
Thank you.
And Jacob plays Ned Leeds in
Yes,
the
I do.
film. Yeah. And he's known to readers of the comic, right?
Yes, he. What's funny is that originally in the comics he's like this this reporter at the Daily Bugle who
comes along later in Peter Parker's life.
which is we basically just took the name and created a character of our own. A lot of people have been drawing comparisons to Genki, who's a part of the Miles Morales story.
All right, okay.
And that's, I know.
I don't know.
Preston, I just started reading it because I wasn't really familiar with your character and the version. It's obviously they've done some major changes, but the story's been told a couple of times on screen.
Yes.
Started obviously with the Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi version, and then there was the other reboot. But we're all huge fans of this stuff, and when Spider-Man appeared in Civil War, and the eyes were moving in classic Spider, and it's like, and Tom Holland, we were off and running and ecstatic for this version.
Thank you.
Are you a fan? Do you come from a fan loyalty?
What's so funny is that the first superhero film I'd actually watched was the Sam Raimi versions with Tobey Maguire. And it was the one that I truly, truly enjoyed. And it's really funny how it all came full circle in that sense.
Yeah.
Because that was like the first film I actually genuinely loved. And now that I'm doing press for this stuff and actually in the film, it's just like...
In the Marvel universe. Now, John Watts, I believe, is the director?
Yes.
Yeah, he says that he wants people not to lose sight of the fact that he's calling it a high school movie.
Yes, he is, yeah.
We're just one of the... You have a superhero going to high school.
Yeah.
And your age is depicted in the movie 15, 16 years old?
Yes, definitely so.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, no, the thing we try to portray is that, we've seen like the billionaire, we've seen like the super soldier, we've seen the green monster scientist, but we're just trying to get to a really ground level version of a superhero. And Spider-Man's the perfect example of, this 15-year-old kid who happens to have superpowers. I mean, if you gave a 15-year-old kid the kind of powers Spider-Man has, he would be having the time of his life.
Absolutely.
And so it's just like we're just trying to show that now.
Well, and what I like that is being done in this particular iteration of it is that we've already seen an origin story a couple of times.
Yes.
We don't need to see that anymore.
We don't.
And we're not going to in this.
Not at all. Not at all. No Uncle Ben. That's happened.
Yeah.
Now we're just like living with the fact that he's gone and how Aunt May and Peter are trying to move on.
It's funny because your character, you in real life and your character both shared a common experience, which was you couldn't tell anybody you were associated with this project.
Yes.
And in the movie, you can't tell anybody you're friends with a superhero.
Very, very similar life.
How excruciating was that in real life?
I think what was so difficult was that, I was ecstatic that I got the part and all that stuff made me happy, but the audition process and
by the way, this is your second movie.
Basically my first. The first thing I did was just a passion project I helped my friend do.
Yeah.
So honestly, this is really just my first thing.
The first one was like a horror comedy.
Yeah. And for the most part, I kind of like to consider Spider-Man my first thing. It's just because. Yeah, all the anxiety I had and the fact that I couldn't tell my mom until after like 2 months, it was crazy.
Wow, your own mother.
Yeah. What's so funny is I told my brother-in-law first because he knows how to keep a secret.
Or so you think. You're lucky you didn't sell it to TMZ, right?
Yeah, I know.
So the Marvel movies have done a wonderful job of wrapping together action, drama, and comedy as well.
Yes.
So we've seen in the trailers, and we've actually, Nick and I have seen some expanded stuff of you, because those who listen to the show know that we went to Los Angeles a few weeks back, and while they were scoring the film, Michael Giacchino, who does the music, invited us in the studio to actually watch them do that. So we've seen parts of the movie. And with this comedy that's weaved in Marvel so perfectly, I think you're going to be the big laughs of the movie is what it looks like, right? Yeah. Didn't they give you a lot of the comedy?
Yeah, well, I think that what's funny is that Peter hasn't really had that person. You know what I mean? He hasn't really had that person to confide in.
Peter Parker has not. In any of the movies, he hasn't had that buddy.
Yeah.
He has been an island unto himself for the most, except for his family.
Yeah.
I agree. I love the fact that there is this comedic foil who gets him too and understands the plight.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. You know, Tom and I, we talk a lot about showing that our relationship should be like the symbol of how people should treat each other in general.
Right.
And you know, it's been a really good. Well, I can't even speak. It's been a really good ride.
No.
Yeah, welcome to our show.
Thanks.
So, and I tell you, man, Tom Holland is he's poised for huge things.
He is.
I was watching some footage of him, and he's working with the stunt director in the movie. And apparently, as the story goes, they were going to CGI a lot of this stuff. They said, do you want me to do the flip? Do you want me to do the flip now? He is a top gymnastic guy. He's flipping in. His stunt coordinator does the thing. He replicates it completely perfectly, and the stunt guy goes, "Just film it."
Yeah,
you
know. You know, George Caudle and the stunt team, they're really, really amazing people. Tom, I mean, he's been like a theater person his whole life, and he did like Billy Elliot and all that good stuff. And so, like theater's in his blood. I mean, he trained really hard before Spider-Man. Like, he did, like, all these gymnastics trainings.
He's like, and parkour, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff. And, I mean, it paid off really well in the film. It was so funny. A lot of the scenes where I'm with him doing a stunt, it's so funny. Because, like, we need to act so seriously. But it's hilarious, like, watching him fall down and, like like the scene where I'm, like, finding out he's Spider-Man. Like, he's on a wire on top of a ceiling.
Yeah.
And I could not keep a straight face for like 20 takes. It was terrible, but it's cool.
This is gonna sound really petty and sad, but there's a part of me that gets a little pissed off that he's British because he sounds like such an American.
Yeah.
And when you guys are when you were offset, did he talk like an American or did he talk like a Brit?
Yeah, he was English straight up.
Okay.
He had a really good coach, voice coach. Ricky, and I love that guy to death. Tom, like, he did like a lot of work to make sure he portrayed Spider-Man the way, you know, we all want him to.
The way you would want him. He's a little self-deprecating, a little bit unsure. Obviously, there's the Stark friendship in this that takes place, the Tony Stark and all that stuff, which are great elements. You yourself, born on Hawaii, Oahu?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to school, a Catholic school or a private school?
I went to a private Catholic school my whole life up until I graduated from high school. I tried to go to college. I dropped out. And then I found film school in New York, and the rest is history.
You went to the Conservatory for the Arts?
Yeah, the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts.
For Dramatic Arts in New York. How did you... That's a big travel distance.
Yeah, had you ever been to the mainland before that?
I only been like maybe 3 or 4 times, but it was I didn't go to like New York or anything. I think the farthest at that point I went to was like Chicago.
Okay.
But before that, I only went to like San Francisco and L.A. Okay. I've never been anywhere else.
First movie, technically. We'll call it your first movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, but you done a little bit of theater.
Yeah.
You play the ukulele.
Yes.
You're good.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you sing.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Any aspirations along that line?
I mean, yeah, I actually wanted to be a musician at first. When I was still in college, I was studying music theory.
Oh, all right.
And, but then acting kind of just like took over. I mean, filmmaking has been such an experience for me. It's just like nothing else kind of matters right now. I mean, music is still really important to me.
Yeah.
But I'm just,
By the way, do you say ukulele or ukulele?
I say ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah.
Is it because Casey and I pick around at this guitar back here, and guitar, our hands just don't. It doesn't work very well. It's hard to play.
No.
Is ukulele a little easier to play?
Yeah, it is. It's
I thought about getting one just for fun.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is that it's a lot easier to learn. I mean, there's only 4 strings.
Yeah.
I mean, guitars. I mean, like the necks are super wide, and there's 6 of them. You got to put your whole hand on them.
We got to get one. Kid.
Yeah, you're right. Good. I think Martin makes a nice.
Yeah, we can get one.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you play guitar too? Or
yeah,
not?
I play. I mean,
Hand
like
it over.
Really?
Let's get something.
You know, I should have noticed when I seen that guitar in the back.
This is going to be the theme song to the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, right?
Oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay.
All right.
If you're just tuning in, by the way, it's Jacob Batalon who's going to play Ned Leeds in Spider-Man Homecoming. It's Spider-Man's. It's Peter Parker's best friend.
And we're putting you way on the spot. Just give us the first 7 minutes of Stairway to Heaven.
I feel so bad that I don't remember how to play good anymore.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, don't worry. We're not gonna.
Here, move that over there.
Okay.
All right.
It doesn't take much to impress us. Don't worry.
I was gonna think about something really quick.
Something.
Is it something you've written?
Island sounding.
Something island sounding?
Yeah.
Okay. Saw you there standing under the mango tree. A beautiful woman who looks so fine to me. She had all the things that I've been searching for. She had a whole hair, a flower in her ear, and bongo shorts. And she's my honey baby, my honey baby.
Yeah! That was more than we thought. Damn good.
Thank you.
We just sold a couple of trips to Oahu.
Were you sweating at all?
Yeah, no, I'm shaking in my stomach right now.